In a place like New York City, it's possible for them to earn more than some doctors, tend to absurd and sometimes even dangerous tasks, such as hiring their own substitute nannies to take a day off or physically restraining a violent child. This is just a glimpse into the lives of full-time nannies. I spoke to 3 full-time nannies about their daily tasks, their pay and extra benefits, and how the job has affected their livelihood. Caitlin, a student at Brooklyn College who has worked as a nanny for a year and a half, enjoys working with kids and has hopes of becoming a teacher someday. But until then, she hopes to gain experience enriching the lives of children through her job as a nanny.
I love being a part of their discovery process and seeing them learn new things and getting to see that aha moment on their face.
Despite enjoying her job, Caitlin sometimes finds herself struggling financially and is unable to live on her own.
I do an awful lot for the family that I work for. I am vastly underpaid for the work that I do, but I also pride myself on working very hard and doing the best at what I do, so it's not going to change the fact that I work hard.
On top of her usual daily tasks of picking up the children from school, doing laundry, making dinner, and giving baths, sometimes Caitlin's duties extend a bit further.
I do have other tasks that they ask me to do, like sometimes I'm basically a house manager, so I have to take care of if they need somebody to be there for the cable or for the internet, or they need a lamp repaired, I have to go take the lamp to be repaired.
And although she doesn't receive paid vacations or health insurance, there's one aspect of her job she's grateful for.
Working for the people that I work for is very beneficial in the networking area. So that's another benefit of my job that I took, that, I don't get paid a lot, but I do have a really good network right now.
That's great.
Another nanny that wishes to remain anonymous is also a 29-year-old college student whose specialty is working with children with special needs. His employers discovered him on Sitter City, a site for registered caregivers, and he's been very satisfied with his job so far.
Yeah, I do feel that I'm paid pretty fairly or very fairly by the family that I work for. I'll just say I make $25 an hour. It was $20 an hour last year, and they gave me a $5 an hour raise this year, which is really cool. And they're also really great about things like it's Thanksgiving this week, and so I'm not working. I work 2 days a week with the family, so I'm not working either day, but I get paid for both days because they're on vacation. So if they go on vacation, they still pay me. I didn't have to work at all in the summer, and they gave me a $1,000 bonus over the summer to kind of tide me over.
Unlike typical nannying duties like Caitlin's, his job involves a technique known as behavioral analysis.
I choose a behavior, and I choose this with the family too. We work together. So initially what you do is you come in, and instead of focusing on discipline right away, you focus on rewarding. I used to work for a company in the city called YAI that does a lot of work with adults with special needs, and they describe it as you make yourself a big M&M. So you're the guy that has the good stuff. And the family was really cool. They really limit their TV time, but that was a big motivator for him. So they were whatever you want to do. So whenever he would, just whenever I could, really in the beginning, I told him you're in 5 more minutes of TV time, and then I have to do his homework with him, and that's really hard for him to stay focused for that long. So every time he does a sheet, we take a 2-minute break and we watch a cartoon on my computer. And then from that, when I do need to kind of confront his behavior, I can say if you keep doing that, I have to take away 5 minutes of the TV time, and I'll usually tell him once, and then I'll say just very calmly all right, that's 5 minutes off. I have this much time. Because the worst thing you can do usually is get really upset.
He also wants to work in the classroom once he's earned his degree.
The agreed upon thing with the family is that I'm doing this while I'm in school. So once I have my bachelor's, which should be in a year and a half-ish, or maybe even less than that, I will be trying to teach full-time. So once I'm teaching full-time, I imagine that'll be when we transition out of me working with the family.
Although he doesn't receive benefits, he has received other forms of compensation, from tickets to basketball games, dinner, and paid vacations. He's not on call. They work around his school schedule, and they're very understanding of his other responsibilities. you.